Hey, this is Marcus Washington from MTC Media with your Notre Dame football Clemson preview. Big game tonight for the Irish hosting Clemson at 7:30 over in South Bend. This is the biggest opponent that Notre Dame has played since opening night when they went to Ohio State, which was an impressive performance, but yet it was a loss. And like we always say in any sport, especially in sports that have rankings like college, your signature game cannot be a loss. And so far, that's been Notre Dame's signature game for this season. Now, the Irish are coming off a win, impressive over a ranked opponent. Went on the road, beat Syracuse 41-24 up in the Carrier Dome. You know, the Irish ran for 246 yards. Audric Estime led the charge with 123 yards and 2 touchdowns. And because of that, Notre Dame was able to kind of control the tenor of the game. They ran the ball 56 times that day, and they only threw the ball 19 times. So that is certainly was a winning formula for Notre Dame last week. Now, Clemson comes in here. They're 8-0. They're ranked fifth in the initial college football playoffs. I'm sure they're happy that you're going to have some games like Georgia, Tennessee, and some elimination games in the SEC that might help Clemson move up. So certainly they need to take care of their business on their end and then get some help a bit there. So despite being yanked against Clemson, DJ Uiagalelei will probably start tonight for the Tigers, I'm sure. That was not going to be a permanent change. You know, he was playing poor. The offense wasn't moving. They came back under the backup quarterback to beat Syracuse at home 2 weeks ago. This is another one of these opponents that had 2 weeks to prepare for Notre Dame. There seems to be a theme throughout this season that whoever Notre Dame's playing somehow, some way does not play the week before, which I'm trying to figure out how we got there with this. But Uiagalelei is completing 64% of his passes, 1,803 yards with 17 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. It's definitely going to be a tough game for Notre Dame tonight. So the keys for the Irish: be unbalanced. I know a lot of coaches said, "Oh, we want to be balanced on offense. We want to be balanced on offense." Notre Dame cannot be afford to be balanced on offense. This game is going to have to look similar to that Syracuse game, and it's going to be tougher because that front four for Clemson is no joke. But Notre Dame is going to have to be heavy on the run side. In fact, the closer it is to balanced run pass, probably the more worrisome it's going to be for the Irish tonight. So the offensive line is going to have to find a way to open up holes, open up creases. And Tommy Rees, also, if there's a game where his play calling is going to be uber important and put at the top of the list in the spotlight, it is this one today. Number two, they have to make more plays on the outside. Again, Clemson has had 2 weeks to prepare. Dabo Swinney, I'm sure, has looked at everything that could possibly be run with Michael Mayer. So the receivers on the outside, when Notre Dame does decide to pass, if Clemson is giving them looks, that is taking away those hash marks inside where Mayer operates, there could be a lot of one-on-one coverage outside. Those guys have to win those battles. So Brandon Lindsay and Lorenzo Styles got to win the battles on the outside. Notre Dame can't be completely 3 yards in a cloud of dust. They're going to have some chunk plays. It's going to have to come from the outside receivers, and that way they can have some sort of balance and hopefully loosen up the box against the Tiger defense. And last but not least, get off the field. Notre Dame is 29th in the country in defensive third down percentage. That is very impressive. And if there's a game that they need to flex their muscles in that category, it's going to be tonight. Clemson cannot play ahead of the chains. Clemson cannot extend drives at all if Notre Dame wants to have a chance going into the fourth quarter to win this game. So from a defensive perspective, and that's not just the front line, just the secondary, just the linebackers, as a unit, they have to have first and second down be important plays in the sense that Clemson has to have 3rd and 7s and 3rd and 8s. And then you have to get off the field with your defensive schemes. Al Golden, whether he's bringing pressure, whether he's dropping back, they cannot extend drives. Notre Dame wants to win tonight. I'm a little surprised about the line being 2.5. I thought Clemson would be favored by more than that. But if Notre Dame wants to win tonight, those are your 3 keys for an Irish victory. This is Mark Washington from MTC.